All right, so we are playing the Fly Solo mission. The game text for the Fly Solo card goes as follow. With so little information on the weapon project, the rebellion is forced to seek out information from any source they can find. Han Solo, an important ally of the rebellion, was following a lead when contact with him was lost somewhere in Hutt space. The smuggler's whereabouts are currently unknown. And so, with the Fly Solo mission, the mission briefing goes as follows. While rebel forces scour the galaxy in search of information on Wise's weapon project, Captain Solo hasn't checked in a few days. You're quick to remind your commander that this hasn't been unusual behavior for the smuggler. But your commander shrugs and replies, Captain Solo said something about a promising lead in his last check-in. We just want you to find him and follow up. Thus, you find yourself retracing his previous steps. After going through several locations and contacts, his latest one shows promise. Not only does it represent Solo's last known location, but there are also a fair number of Imperial troops patrolling the nearby vicinity. So your commander has ordered you to find Solo. Do not fail her. The door to the back room is locked. This is the back room over here. That door is locked. A hero can interact with the door with a fist. One success to open it. The mission will progress when the door to the back room opens, or at the end of round 3, the mission will progress. So something's going to happen at the end of round 3, or if you get there before the end of round 3, something else will probably happen. I am not deploying any open groups in this mission. I have left the 2 open groups you selected here as reserves. Your starting deployment point is at the entrance right here. And you got these 4 figures. I think all your cards are fresh. So I don't see Lobaka. There he is. Not Lobaka. What am I thinking? This is Drokata. Yep, this is your start location. Here's your 4 allies. And then I'm going to shuffle the supply deck. You have not found Hondo's treasure yet. You were one away that one map, but didn't take any crates. Nope, you got this is like a tunnel. You have to place on these 4 spots. This is a solid black line, you can't see through it. So it's like you have to go up this tunnel. So imagine it's like a ramp or something. And then either around this way or around this way. You can go this way to the back door, or you can go this way to the back door. All right. Rebels always go first, so go ahead and activate. That's okay. I just finished watching Endgame. No, not Endgame. No, not Endgame. What was it? The one before Infinity War. I have. I thought it was good. I liked it. This door is locked and has to be opened up with a fist. Your strongest fist character is, I believe, Dakota with blue, green, green. Everybody else is pretty weak in the fist in comparison. And you do have a lot of troops present, but all right, are you going to be using a move action or just straining? Okay, so you take one strain, open up the crate, go and draw your first card. Got a grappling hook. Do you want to exhaust your ability to redraw? Okay, draw another card. Pardon me. Oh boy. I have to undo everything here. No, I did. I broke something. Back even further. Okay, the lines are back. Okay. So apparently, I made a boo boo. I erased all the lines out of the game when I only meant to erase these two. Uh, yeah. It's somebody drew them. And then I deleted them. Yeah. So, all right. Anyways, grappling hooks in the recycling can. Go ahead and draw your next card. All right. So now you immediately discard it and draw three more. That's what you drew. You drew the supply chest. When you draw this card, immediately discard it and draw three supply cards. Choose one to keep and shuffle the other two back in the deck. Nope, not the Hondo's treasure, just a grappling arm. A frag grenade. Use an action. And a weapon cache. Let's see. Add a little extra damage bonus. Which one do you want to keep? These two will be shuffled back in. All right. So she now has a weapon crate with 4 damage tokens on it. It's kind of like those surges. These damage surges that you can potentially get, like with your well, this charged ammo pack should be on her gun. Which gun did you want the charged ammo pack on? It was down here when it's supposed to be attached to one weapon. That one? Okay, so we're gonna lock that in place. So it doesn't get accidentally deleted. All right. So now what? No, yeah, you've got 4 of these damage tokens. You can discard 1 to apply a +1 damage to your results when you attack. So, all right. So now you still have 1 more strain you can take to move another space, or you can use a move action and move. You're just going to strain 1 to that. You still have an action if you're straining. Let's see here. I don't believe so. I'm going to draw some lines here. From this corner, you can see that corner without interruption, but that corner is intersecting the black corner, so you would not be able to shoot from there. This corner can't even see even better, so you would be forced to do a move action. And remember, her ability allows you to interrupt if she can see the figure activate. So keep that in mind. Okay. So if you're gonna use a move action and you're only gonna go there for your move action, you wouldn't have strained those 2 strain because when you use a move action, you gain 5 speed. So that means you have 5 movement points that you can use. So you use 2 strain to get 1 to get here and 2 to get here. And then if you're going to use a move action just to move 1 space rather than move 5 spaces and advance forward a little bit, I would say your wiser decision would have been to use a move action at the start of your turn to get up to 5 movement points. You move to get the crate, interrupt, and open the crate, and then finish your movement up to 5 spaces if you wanted to. And then you don't have any strain on your character. Because she could have gone 1, or so she could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4. She can get all the way here with 1 single movement action. All right, now if the stormtroopers activate, she can use her interrupt ability. But I'm a smart GM. I'm not going to do that. Right? Right? I am instead going to activate my Trandoshans, who have a movement speed of 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and shoot her. She doesn't. Blue green against her, I think white. All right, no damage applied. All right, the next Trandoshan is going to go ahead and do a double move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the corner right next to Jin. And that is their turn. Also, do you see the little circles above these stormtroopers? All right. Those stormtroopers do not have the field leader ability. The ones without the circle do. Oh boy, what am I grabbing? I should put a circle. So, just so you're aware of, they have this field ability. Forgot to mention that I get that. Your turn. I don't know. Vento is activating. Okay. What are you gonna do? Which actions are you using? Shoot what? He doesn't have line of sight to anybody. He can strain 2 spaces here, and he would need to do a move action, and then you wouldn't need to use thread the needle because there are no figures blocking your line of sight really to shoot him. But you can do a move action and then an attack action. Correct. Because you're gonna have to move to get up there. Yep. So you can use. So again, if you are planning to stay there, you're more than welcome to use a move action. You will have 2 movement points left when you're done. But then yes, you can use. Let me just double check here. Yeah, you should have access. You have access to 2 corners without any blocking, so you can shoot this one guy if you'd like. One thing you want to do potentially is Bolt Slinger will not activate because you do not have line of sight to another figure within 3 spaces. So if you were to use Strain twice to here, move 1, 2, 3, 4 here, you would be able to attack. You could attack him. You could attack him. And then you can activate your Bolt Slinger ability, which is after you resolve an attack with a blaster weapon. If the target suffered any damage, you may choose another hostile figure within your line of sight and within 3 spaces. That figure suffers the damage. Yep. Oh, and then you also have an additional speed because you took this ability. Shot on the run. So you have +1 speed. So you can move 1 more space. And then after you performed a move during this activation, you can exhaust this card to choose a hostile figure within 3 spaces. You'll test your eye. If you're successful, they will also suffer damage. So you have a way to deal 2 little bonus damages after this. And you can still move 1 more space. So you don't have to move yet. You can wait to move. I would stay right here because then you can move either here or here. So you have. Oh, if you want to do that exhaust right now. Yeah, that would be a blue, green, green for him. One success, and you can cause the damage to somebody you can see, and within 3 spaces. So you can cause a single damage to him or him. Which one would you like to do to? All right. Now you still have 1 action left. What would you like to do? So you're gonna shoot him. Okay. Well, it depends on what weapon you use. You have a green yellow you can use, or a blue yellow you can use. The blue yellow weapon you can reroll all your attack dice. Blue yellow for the hair trigger pistol, which has a surge for +1 damage and a surge for +2 accuracy. Okay, I roll black dice. 1 block. So you got plenty of range at 5. You're doing 2 damage, but I block 1. You can spend a surge to increase your damage by 1. You can re-roll your dice, but I would highly not recommend it. I mean, you potentially could re-roll the blue dice. You cannot miss, so you could just re-roll the blue dice. Wait, does it say you have to re-roll all, or you have to re-roll both your dice? You would lose this really nice one here, which has just 2 surges. Up to you. Are you going to take that re-roll or take the damage as is? So right now it's 1, but you can spend a surge to increase it by 1. And then you can also spend a surge to heal a strain. All right, that's enough to kill the stormtrooper. 1 stormtrooper is now dead. All right. Because you made a stormtrooper suffer more than 1 damage with a ranged weapon, you can choose another figure within 3 spaces that you have line of sight to and cause a damage to him. Would you like to cause damage to him? All right, 1 damage to him. Now you still have 1 movement point left. That is a question. Right now, if you move forward, you're potentially next round opening up yourself to the 2 Trandoshans. If you move back, you could be potentially opening yourself to an attack from the back. You want to move there? Okay. Vento's turn is done. I'm going to go ahead and, because I'm pretty sure they're going to die, I'm going to activate the stormtroopers that are damaged, which have the field officer, because I'm activating a group that you can see with Jen. You can now activate her ability. Quick draw. All right, so you're going to do an attack against that stormtrooper, taking 2 strain. You have 2 weapons on her. One weapon, the MGL-9 Boomer. Yep. So you, which is a blue-red, or you have the green-green pistol. Okay, 1 black. All right, 5 points of damage. That's more than enough to kill him. He is dead. Now, because you have killed a NPC figure, you activate your next ability, which is well, you can do a couple things. Okay, so after you resolve an attack, if the target suffered 1 or more damage, move 1 space. So you can move 1 space. You can move forward or back, up to you. And then you can also activate Don't Get Cocky, which is if you defeated a figure after an attack, you recover 2 strain and become focused. Highly recommend that. Okay, are you sure you want to be keep moving parallel instead of towards your objective? Because you've been moving parallel, which isn't advancing you anywhere closer to your door. You you were here, so you can move here if you want, here or even here. All right, so now you recover 2 strain, so you're no longer strained. That is exhausted, but you are also gained the focused for your next attack, which means you'll roll an extra green dice. All right, now that you've interrupted my turn, so I'm going to go ahead and activate my stormtrooper. Yeah, and I'm going to order my Trandoshan to do a move action. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to run away, and the stormtrooper's going to attack Jin. No more dodging. Cancel surge. All right, so she takes 2 damage. And that is my turn. I think he gave you his blast weapon to Jin. I mean, I guess the repeater cannon does have blast, so you technically also have blast with that one. So uh, yeah, you're gonna have to use a move action no matter what. He has a movement of 4, so he'll move 4 spaces. So 4 spaces only gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, and not really good scene. Straining twice gets you right here, and that does mean you have line of sight on that Trandoshan. So you strain twice diagonally. Nope, you've used one move action, which gave you 4 spaces, so you have one action left, and then you can strain twice, which doesn't cause an action. Which nope, that's 3 spaces. So if you were right here, you can strain 1 space here and strain 1 space here. And now you can attack. All right. You also have the demolish ability. Okay. So for 2 more strain, that's not an action. Choose a space within 3 spaces. Each figure and object on that or adjacent to that space will suffer 1 damage. Hold on 1 second. Had to sneeze. Hopefully I didn't blow out your ear. You can do it right on top of the Trandoshan and hit all 3. Alright, so this is your rebel token over by your cards. You can grab those and you're able to just place them on the board. And so each one of them have now suffered a damage. And then you're going to attack the Trandoshan. Alright, so no, you have the repeating blaster, the repeater cannon. That's a blue-green. It automatically has a damage. But you also can use your special ability called Dispersal Attack. When attacking with a ranged weapon, you may apply -1 damage and add a surge to it. Why you might want to do that potentially is you'll guarantee that blast potentially, and if you get enough surges, you might also be able to also make each hostile figure within 2 spaces of your target suffer another damage. No, that's your double surge ability on your card. That's the bottom one. You spend 2 surges. Each hostile figure within 2 spaces of the target suffers damage. So, but you have to say you want to apply a -1 to your damage results. You still pick your target. So the Trandoshan would be the best one for blast. They all roll black dice, so yep. I did a triple block. Most unfortunate. Well, what's really nice about the repeater cannon is that double surge ability that I spoke about doesn't require you to hit. It just requires you to have 2 surges to spend. Unlike blast and bleeding and weaken, which requires you to hit, you can spend 2 surges to make the other 2 targets next to him suffer damage. Or you can spend 2 surges to heal your character of 2 fatigue. Up to you. Okay. All right. The stormtrooper group that does the blue stormtrooper group is going to activate then. And they're going to do a double move. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's this guy. He's actually gonna go there. And then this one will go right here. All right, that's my turn. I mean, you could double move Dahlia and strain twice and just like make her disappear, but that's up to you. Okay, so yeah, she's got a movement of 4, so you can go 1, 2, 3, either 4 here or 4 here. Then you can use Force Throw. You can spend 2 strain to exhaust this card and choose another small figure within 3 spaces of you. Test eye. If you pass, you'll push that figure 3 space. If it's a hostile, it also suffers a damage. You can, and it doesn't take an action. And then you can do another move. You No, you can throw a friendly figure because they are not hostile. They do not suffer damage. So you could actually throw Dracata 3 spaces closer to the door. Well, you should move then near Dracata. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets you there. And now you can test your eye, which is blue, green, yellow. So I'm pretty sure you're going to do that. This will exhaust your force throw ability. It will cause you to take 2 strain. You got it. And now Dracata gets to move 3 spaces. So you can put him right there. Nope. Right here. Oop. He sucked up the damage. Nope. I got it. It's fine. All right, that's your last activation. I'm going to do my last activation, which is this probe droid, which didn't get to attack. It only has a movement of 3. So it's going to do a double move. 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2. Oh, wait, hold on. At 3 there. Vento's right there, right? Mhm, mhm, he is. Mhm, mhm, yeah. From this corner, I have line of sight to that corner, and that corner with no figures blocking line of sight. That probe droid has totally taken a shot at him. Activating my probe droid. Blue, yellow, yellow. I could miss. I mean, it's not. I'm using the dice roller. Oh, and I used the dice roller, and I got 5 surges, my friend. 5 surges. And you dodged it. All right. At the end of round 2, I gain 4 threat. Leave. That means I can do a deployment, for which I will. Two stormtroopers reinforce, and your favorite cat person comes out. Yep. And what's funny is, where does he come out? So, well, right where Vento's standing. Kind of crowded in here. And I forgot what the rule says about this. So I'm going to look it up. Just real quick here. Sorry to slow down the game. All right. Its closest position to deploy is there. And that's too far away. So let me just double check here. The rules. Yep. Okay, so that point's not active. So then, yeah, he's in the hallway. I don't know, but all of my figures are ready. All of your figures are ready. Who is going first? Remember, Jin is focused. Jakata, if he wasn't so strained out, you would be able to probably open that door on this turn. So that would use your rest action. So you'd be left with one action. So then 1, 2, 3, 4. Strain. Just still can't get to the door. So, but yeah, you're in a good position. Yeah, that is a good option for you. You could easily move Dahlia right here, do an attack action, possibly kill this Trandoshan, and then throw Rakata if you wanted to. All right. So let's see. So Dahlia has used a move action, I take it. So you've used 3 of 4 of your movement points. And you're attacking the Trandoshan Hunter? With which weapon? You don't have a lightsaber. You have a plasteel staff with a extended haft on it, or you have the vibro sword, which has a +2 damage surge. Vibro sword? Alright, that's a blue-green. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've got the game table that has it too. Yep. Alright, I rolled a single block. So you're doing 3 damage to him. It does not kill him, but it does hurt him even more. He has 4 total damage. And so now you can test your eyesight. Yep. It's a blue, green, yellow. That's a success. You can move Drakata right here. Or here. There. All right. And then you still have one more movement space. So you can move Dahlia there if you wanted to. Oh, God. All right. All right. Well, that makes it my turn. And I will go ahead and activate my Trandoshans. That does trigger Jen's ability potentially, where you can suffer 2 strain to do a quick draw. Okay. Which one do you want to go to after? You can go after this one. You have line of sight to him. This stormtrooper's blocking line of sight to this one. You would also roll a green because you are focused. Okay, so roll extra green with that. So you, which weapon are you attacking with? There is no blue and yellow weapon she has. You have a green and a blue red. Right over here on the board. And change it for red. Just roll the red. I blocked a single damage. You are doing 5 damage plus a surge result, which can be a blast. Now, here's the thing. That blast would kill the stormtrooper. It would put a damage on here, but it would also put a damage on Dahlia. But it's only 1 damage. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to use that surge to gain a +1 damage later? It's up to you. Yep, he dies. 1 less attack for me. Okay, so the Dahlia takes a damage. He's dead. And you did 5 damage. I blocked 1, so he takes 4. That's 6, and he died. 1 Trandoshan died. And with that, you've interrupted my turn enough, or I am going to move this Trandoshan 1, 2, 3, 4, right next to Jakata. Initiate an attack against him, which causes you to suffer an immediate strain to Drakata. So he's fully strained. No, he takes a damage because he is fully strained. And then I will roll my attack dice against Drakata. I roll blue green. 1 block. I will make Drakata bleed. And you will suffer 2 damage because I get a bonus damage for being adjacent. So you now have the bleeding condition. Anytime he does an action without spending an action to discard this condition, he'll suffer a strain. Which just basically means that he's going to suffer a damage because he's fully strained at this point. Now, with that, that is my turn because you killed one of my 2 figures I was going to use. Turn to you. So basically, you could activate Drakata this turn, do a move action to get right up to that door. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're 1 space away. You could do a rest action, strain, move, and then you're like right there. But you can rest here and then strain 1 to get to the door. But then you have that bleed condition, so you suffer a strain every time you do an action. So how do you want to resolve? What's the turn order that you want to resolve this? You want to do the rest first? Okay. So you lose all your strain when you rest, but then you take 1 because you're still bleeding. And then you're going to move all the way front of the door except for 1 space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It puts you right there. It makes you take another strain. And then you want to strain so you're adjacent to the door. Okay. You are now adjacent to the door with 3 strain. Your other option, I'll just throw it out there just so you're aware of it. If you don't strain up against this door, you can kill this Trandoshan with your debris. Yeah. So do that instead. Now you're fully strained, but this Trandoshan died because you debrised him to death. You cause some debris with your ability. Remember, that's his special ability. If you read his character card, you can knock down some debris. Oh, and by the way, you now have, because of this ability here, you have 2 +1 damages to use on an attack in the future with Drakata. That's the maximum amount that you can store for extra damage on a character. And that is Drakata's turn. My turn. Well, seeing as you'll probably kill some of these stormtroopers really quick, I'm going to activate my blue stormtrooper group first. He's going to move 1, 2, and shoot Jen. Yep. Jen is being shot at. Three points. I'm going to re-roll this dice to see if I can do any better. Nope. All right. So 1 damage to Jen. Moving this guy. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can play with 3. You can play with 2. You get some special bonuses when you do that. All right. Rolling my dice to attack Jen again. All right. I'm going to re-roll this blue dice for squad training. Didn't help. 1 more damage to Jen. I am just barely putting any damage on your characters. He's going to finish his movement here, and then this guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and shoot Jen. Let's see here. Rolling again. Finally, a decent roll. Don't you dare dodge it. That is 3 damage to Jen, finally. Oh, you've been doing it so much. All right, she has 7 out of 11 damage. She's almost dead, so it's turn to you. Correct. You have not activated Jen yet. All right, that will heal 2 strain and 3 damage off of her. Yep. You can do a move action. And strain too if you need to. Remember, you can rotate the camera and zoom in if you need to. Okay, so back to 2 strain. Okay. Right there. Well, Drakata decided to throw a chair at somebody. All right, that is your turn. You've activated. I'm going to go ahead and activate my 2 other stormtroopers, who will just shoot right at Vento and then move. So first attack at Vento. That is 4 damage. All right, so he takes 3. 1, 2, 3. He'll move right here. So Vento takes 3 damage. And I'll attack again. I'm going to re-roll my green dice. So he takes 3 more damage. I did enjoy that one a lot. Thanks. All right, and then he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corner. And that is my Stormtrooper's turn. Actually, I'm going to take that back. Sorry, he's not going to move. He's going to order the probe droid to move instead. 1, 2, 3 spaces. Wait, no, he can't do that because the probe droid is not within, I think it's 2 spaces. I thought it was line of sight. Ugh, foolish me. Back to there he goes. Your turn. I thought you used Dahlia to throw Dracata. You moved Dracata. You healed and moved Jen. So all you have left is Vento. Well, figures don't block line of sight if you use a surge. If you shoot somebody, you can choose another figure to suffer damage. So you could just stand right there and shoot people, and you can cause other figures to be damaged. Or you can move through them, test eye, and you can make somebody suffer damage. So you can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, you can get right there. Test eye. That's one action, and you can make one of these stormtroopers there. They're all at full health. One of them take a damage. That is your eye test for Vento, which is blue, green, green. All right, and that exhausts that card. Which stormtrooper's taking a damage? Probably the one you want to attack, huh? Wow. Which that one? Okay. Now you have another action you can take. That action could be a rest action if you want to heal some of the damage off of him, or you can do an attack action or a move action. He has a speed of 5. I mean, you can get all the way here and still be next to the crate if you wanted to go really far. All right, that is your 2 actions with Vento. I still have my Nexu, who has not activated, and he will do so now. Actually, my probe droid will activate. Probe droid will move 1, 2, 3. Because the probe droid is mobile, figurines do not block its line of sight. And so it will attack Dahlia. Blue, yellow, yellow. Going to use the dice roller because it's such a big one. Oh, that's been very unlucky to use the dice roll. I get good rolls, but you dodge them every time. That is my probe droid's turn. I will activate the Neku next, who will use its movement of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't use all of its movement. Gonna go there, and then it's gonna use its pounce ability, which lets me pick him up and drop him right here. in between everybody and attack Jen. Just roll your defense dice for Jen. So Jen will take 2 damage. She's now bleeding. So she has the bleeding condition. So every time you resolve an action, you suffer a strain. She takes 2 damage. And then I'm going to spend that 1 surge that I rolled to cleave. And the person I want to cleave is Venta. He's closest to dying. And that is the end of round 2, which brings us to round 3. I gain 4 threat. And I will deploy 1 stormtrooper reinforcement. I don't think anybody likes him. I have deployed 1 stormtrooper, spending 2 of my 4 threat, bringing me down to 2 at the start of round 3 here. Which leaves it to be your turn. Rebels always go first. What would you like to do? Ricotta? Okay, so you are not adjacent to the door. You would have to either do a rest to strain or move action. Remember, you are bleeding. So every time you don't use an action, you are taking damage and strain. So you can remove the bleeding effect by using an action to remove it, but you're fully strained out. So you take damage now because you're bleeding. And you need to spend either a move action to get next to the door and open it with a fist, or I mean, you've got a lot of options there. What you want to do? All right, so that leaves you with 3 movement points left after you do that. But you're going to interrupt your move to do and interact with the door. Roll a blue, green, green. You need 1 success, and you take 2 damage because you are fully strained. Success. The mission progresses. Wouldn't you like to know what happens? When you kicked the door, you had expected to find a back room filled with Sabbath tables, not a fully functioning Imperial observation post. Screens cover the walls and a voice crackles from multiple speakers. Computers and monitoring equipment are scattered everywhere. At the back of the room, in a small holding cell barred by a force field, sits Han Solo. "Watch it!" he shouts, monitoring the troops in the room, who scramble for their weapons. Then a small rumbling beneath your feet, the lights in the room flicker, and the force field dies. "Nice timing, Chewie." Han grins to himself as he dives for the nearest blaster. All right. Hold on. Now, that's where the explosion came from. All right. So, first, there is a reserved set of stormtroopers in here. Elite ones. And he's there too. Do, 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 do. Grabbing Han Solo. Oh yeah, I can move the door. Door's open. You kicked it in. And now I need to find your Han Solo figure. You need an ally figure. And it's not Han Solo. Search. I would like Han Solo, please. Han Solo is an ally. Okay, well, I'll have to type his name. H-A-N, Han. Han Solo is in this little closet here in the far corner. Okay. They are my Imperial Stormtroopers and the Imperial Officer are exhausted cards. I do not get to use their deployments because they are exhausted. Han Solo is also technically exhausted. Here is your ally. You have an ally for this mission now, but he is exhausted, so you cannot activate him this round. Let's see here. What else do we want? Oh yeah, you can attack the things that I put out here. I gotta place them in the right spot here. Gonna go ahead and deploy them here. They're gonna deploy like that. All right. Now, I must resolve the event. Time to run. You guys look familiar, Han shouts, sending blaster fires towards his former captors. He opens his mouth to speak again, but stops short, diving for the ground as the Imperials return fire. "Talk later," he calls as he scrambles towards cover. IG-88 joins the battle. He is not exhausted. All right. At the entrance where you deployed originally. So, IG-88 has been deployed to the entrance. You will control Han Solo as an ally. Han Solo can escape through the entrance, so where you deployed, where IG-88 is right now. The mission will end when Han Solo escapes for a rebel victory, or when he is defeated for, obviously, an Imperial victory. The Imperial player may now choose one of the following things. I can make IG-88 move, or I can increase the threat by 4. I'm going to increase the threat by 4. For reasons. Because you don't know what my secret group is yet. And with that, Drakata's turn was rudely interrupted. He has 3 movement points left. What would you like to do with him? You have no attack action or no actions left. He can move back 3 spaces, or you can move him up 3 spaces. You'll notice that the mission doesn't matter if all your heroes die. The mission I No, I'm just stating that I can only win if I kill Han Solo. I have to defeat him. He's not very hard to defeat. He only has 12 health. All right, leaving your other 2 movement points open then? It's fine if you want to. Okay. All right, that ends your turn. I get to activate my first character group, which is going to be... You know what? I'm going to activate the probe droid, I think. Yeah. It's going to move 1, 2, 3, pretty close to Dahlia, and fire at Dahlia. All right, I'll use the dice roller again. You shouldn't dodge again. 1 block. So I rolled 3 damage and 2 surges. I will use one of those surges to pierce your block, and one of them to add a damage, to put 4 damage total on Dahlia. And that is my turn. Oh, you'll also notice that there is no turn limit in this map. We can go to 100 turns, you know. Yeah, there is no turn limit. So if you can figure a way to keep Han alive for as long as possible. But I will tell you, defeating IG-88, I played this map before, is nearly impossible. I didn't give you odds. I didn't give you odds. I just said it's nearly impossible. Yeah, but I didn't give you the odds. I know better than to do that. But who do you want to activate? He was right next to the crate. So you can use an action to open a crate if you wanted to. So you're going to activate Vento and open a crate? Okay. Artificial stimulants. So basically gives somebody 4 additional health. Would you like to redraw that with Smuggler's Luck? Or would you like to... You do? Okay. Draw another card. Almost kind of just like it. Basically. So this also can make your guy focus too when you use it. So you've used 1 action. It goes on Vento because he's the one adjacent to the crate and opening it. So Vento has 1 more action. What would you like to do with him? Do you want him to get where these guys are? Or are you gonna... What are you gonna do? So you can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 1 movement phase. You can get right here. And then, because you moved, you can now exhaust his ability here. Exhaust this card if performing a move. Test die. If you succeed, they suffer damage. Would you like to do that? Blue, green. Yep. No successes. You have failed. All right, that is Vento's turn. It is now my turn to activate and have some fun. I'm going to start by activating my Neku. He's going to move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I can't use my full movement, but whatever. And then he's going to pounce. Oh, he can't pounce. Well, he can pounce Vento. I was going to pounce Dracata, but I can technically pounce Dracata because I can attack from this space here. Yeah. I'm pouncing Dracata. Actually, you know what? I'll pounce Vento. Never mind. Yeah, I'm going to pounce Vento. Can't make up my mind, sorry. Alright, I did 4 damage and a surge. You're blocking one of them. I will use that surge to cleave Dracata, so he takes a damage. Vento will take 3 damage, and he is bleeding. Everybody is bleeding all over my map. And with that, I believe Vento has suffered 10 damage. 1 more damage. He flips. And that is my turn. Dahlia and Jen have not gone yet. That's just me. Nope. But she has a movement of 5, does she not? So you can do Jen with a movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. And you can shoot him or the stormtrooper. Okay. Neku is being attacked. Roll my. Yeah, you have a blue red. And I rolled nothing, but I can add a +1 defense for each. Oh, cancel surge. I didn't roll that. Yeah. So that's 3 damage to the Nexu. Would you like to use your blast ability? Are you sure? Vento would flip. You would take a damage as Jen. Rakata would take a damage, but then these 3 guys would take a damage. As you can use that surge to gain a +1 damage later. Alright, so Jen suffers a strain because you did not get rid of her bleeding effect with that move, and another strain because you attacked. So she is fully strained. And then you did... What'd you roll for damage? 3 damage? So you did 3 damage, and remember you have this card here, you can take a damage off of that and add it to your damage. Would you like to do that to do 4 damage? Okay, so then he takes 4 damage instead of 3. He's still alive. Barely, but still. Which leaves you 3 more bonus damages later. And then we'll add the damage marker. Okay, that is her turn. My turn. I guess I will activate one of my full stormtrooper squads. No, I'll activate my IG-88. Why not, huh? He now moves 10 spaces. One, two, three, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right next to Dahlia. How about them apples? That's all he can do. That's your last character. You want to attack my IG-88, don't you? Good luck. Yeah, you can. You have strain to do it. If you want to spend 2 strain to test high and throw them 3 spaces, you can put them right back there. Your eye test for Dahlia is blue, green, yellow. That will put her at max strain. Yep. All right. Actually, she technically has 1 more strain left. 1 success. All right, where do you want to push him 3 spaces to? That's only 2. You can move him another one. Yep, that's 3. All right, and he suffers a point of damage. Now you have 2 actions left. So this is now exhaustion. Yep. Well, and she's melee. Correct. You could have instead moved 1, 2, 3 here. Action, open the door, get 1 more space in, and then strain, and you'd be right next to it. Would you like to do that? All right, so now you are at max strain, and next turn you can get that crate. All right. Okay, so it looks like I have my 2 stormtrooper groups and my probe droid to activate. Probe droid's going to activate and double move. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Probe droid is done. My leader group, stormtroopers that have a leadership ability, are going to go first, and they're going to order IG-88 first to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's nice and comfy in that lobby. That was this one, so then he can only move once. So he'll go move 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will do a double move. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 here, but he's damaged. And then, let's see here. This guy's the blue group. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll stop there. I will activate my blue stormtrooper group, and they will do double moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all next to each other, so kind of group them up right there. And that is the end of round 3. Threat goes up. Nothing happens at the end of round 3 now. So at the start of round 4, I'm going to resolve a deployment. And I'm going to deploy some Tusken Raiders. We are going to go ahead and deploy them kind of far out there, over here. And that costs 5 force to deploy. Or threat. Yep. And you always get to go first. So who is... Alright, so you have to use an action. Or sometimes you have supply cards that can do it. I will give you a tip, and this is the last tip I give you today. On Solo, you lose if he dies. I have 3 elite stormtroopers pointing guns at him right now. If Han Solo does not double move and run, like get behind some cover or something, or if one of your other characters maybe go and like blast the heck out of these or move in front and kind of block some damage, like if you just ignore Han Solo, I'm just going after Han Solo, and that's the only thing I'm going to be doing. If Han Solo dies, I win. You lose. Double moving him out into this open area with all of these guys also probably isn't the greatest idea. Just saying. But be warned. You've got a lot of people to deal with right here. Han Solo has an ability where if an ally is adjacent to him, you can add a plus block to the defense of each cancel dodge you roll. So like the white dice, that cancel dodge and +1 dodge becomes block 2 damage. But you also, while friendly figure is defending, you're adjacent to that targeted space. You apply +1 cancel dodge to the defense. So he has some special abilities that he gets when he's adjacent to an ally. And they get. Yeah, you can activate Han Solo. He gets 2 actions. One of them is a move. You can get him exactly here. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he can move again, or you can attack with him. If you attack with him, you can hit the Neku or one of these elite stormtrooper guards. Yep, you can move him again, do another move, and like you could get him up here potentially. But remember, IG-8 is out, and what he's got a mission. He's a bounty hunter. That mission's probably Han Solo. But yeah, your choice. No, you can't move him anymore. You can do a move or an attack, not both. You've already moved one. Okay, so you roll a blue, green, green for your attack. Yep. And I roll white. 0s. So all I gotta do is 1 damage. You killed him. Yep, Han Solo is activated, and now it's my turn. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my elite red stormtroopers. First one's going to attack Han Solo. This one right here, that's right next to him. Blue-green. Yep, and I'm going to deplete this card to make him focus so he gets an extra green dice. That was my inspiring command. Place this card in your play area. Deplete this card and choose one figure adjacent to an Imperial leader. That figure becomes focused. So that's... I'm not using the dice roller anymore. All right, I'm going to re-roll this white dice. Or red dice, or green dice. So I got 4 damage, 2 surges. I get a +1 damage because I'm within 3 spaces of a leader. So I have 5 damage, 2 surges. You rolled a cancel, block, and an evade. Because you rolled an evade, that block becomes a 2 block. So you're blocking 2 of my damage and canceling 1 of my surge, which brings me down to 3 damage, 1 surge. I will spend my surge to do +2 damage to bring it back to 5 damage to Han Solo. All right. Han Solo has 7 health remaining. I'm going to move this stormtrooper away. Right here. I'm going to move this stormtrooper. 1, 2, 3, and shoot Han Solo. Just a blue-green this time. Oh, I rolled too many dice. I'm going to reroll. All right, so that is 5 more damage to Han Solo. He has 2 health remaining. I will now attack one more time with the remaining stormtrooper that's right next to him. Roll his defense. Dodged. All right. Now you can activate Han Solo's extra ability. After an attack targeting you is resolved and you did not suffer any damage, you can interrupt to perform an attack targeting that attacker. Limit once per round. So now you can roll a blue, green, green dice and shoot that stormtrooper if you like. Blue, green, green against my stormtrooper. I blocked a whole damage. You have that surge that lets you add 2 more damage to your attack. So that's 6 damage, so that stormtrooper takes 5 and is annihilated in 1 hit. That activates my last stand. When you are defeated, choose another figure in your group. That figure becomes focused. So I have a focused stormtrooper. That one. But they've activated. So now that's my turn. Now it's turn to you. What hero are you going to activate to keep Han Solo living? Han Solo only needs... All I gotta need to do is do 2 damage to Han Solo and he's dead. Yep. He is protected behind 2 little corners of a desk. You'd have to move Vento if you want to go after that Imperial officer. You kind of had the right idea, I'm just gonna say. You're thinking correctly, but you've got to figure out a better way. I know I said I wasn't gonna give you any more hints. You're thinking of the wrong figure. I'm just gonna say that. All right, that Imperial officer, just so you're aware of, is an elite Imperial officer. He has 5 health. No amount of blast will get him dead. Just saying. It would just do 1 damage to that stormtrooper, yes. But you don't have enough strain. You're fully strained out for Dakota. Dakota? So, which kind of heal do you want to do? Do you want to get rid of the bleeding condition or do you want to heal strain? All right, that costs 1 action to get rid of bleeding. All right. You have 1 action left for Dakota. You're going to go behind Han Solo to protect him? Are you sure? So, Dakota still has 1 whole action left. And you want to use it as a move action? They've already activated, but there is an elite officer that can order one of them to attack. No, you don't have line of sight. Dakota was here. He has line of sight to this stormtrooper and this stormtrooper. Correct, because you don't have any strain left to strain because you're fully strained out. You're going to use a move action. Okay, my turn. Activate my elite Imperial officer. Activate his action called Execute Order. Choose another friendly figure within 2 spaces. That figure may perform an attack. Now, I'm not going to choose the focused one. I'm going to choose the non-focused one to shoot Han Solo. Rolling. That is 6 damage. Han Solo is defeated. I win. Now, here's what I would have done had I been in your shoes. Kept Jakata there. Do me a favor and roll a blue-green twice. You want to see the results of the first one. Yep, double surge and damage. Roll it again. 2 damage and a surge. So you could have killed off one of the stormtroopers and blocked the line of sight of the other one, potentially. But with those rolls, those were pretty bad rolls. So then my other option would have been to move the Imperial officer and shoot Han Solo. And that would have been a blue-yellow against his dodge damage. A blue-yellow would have rolled for the Imperial officer 2 damage. And then I could have moved IG-88. Or I could have had my stormtroopers move IG-8 5 more spaces. And then IG-8 would have been able to move on his turn and then attack with 2 red dice. Or a red and a blue, I think. Or what did he say? +2 accuracy already? Yeah, he could have attacked with a blue-red and finished Han Solo off. So you were kind of SOL that whole round. The big mistake you had was opening a door instead of healing up your heroes. Because you had a whole nother turn yet. You were in round 2 when you basically opened the door. Could have healed up all your heroes or cleared out some enemy troops. And then like open it at like the start of round 3 with all your heroes right here. If you open that door with all your heroes right there, you then rush in with your heroes and clear out the threat. That would have been a better move. You were making some great moves at the start of the big map. But then you didn't know what the surprise conditions were. So, with that, Han Solo is defeated. A blaster bolt clips Han's shoulder. With a shot of pain, he scrambles around the corner. Imperials move to block your path to him. Before ducking out of sight, he throws something towards you. Amid half a hail of blaster fire, you snatch up the object, a small data cube, and make your escape. So I receive an XP, plus all players receive an XP, so I get 2 XP. The heroes are going to receive 100 credits per hero, so you still get 100 credits per hero. Lucky you. And you managed to open up the door before the end of round 3, so you get another 100 credits per hero. Plus, you got 2 chests. That's 100 credits each in our game, because I give you 50 extra credits per crest instead of just 50, so 100 each. So you open up 2 crates. That means you add 1,000 credits to your 75 credits banked. You have 1 XP for Dracata, 4 XP for Vento, 3 XP for Dahlia, and 1 XP for Jin. And I gain 2 right here. Yep. All right, so that was the completion of story mission 2. We now play 2 side missions back to back. Yep. Your next 2 side missions are either, well, let me just double check to make sure I got them. Well, we got a lot of things we got to do before you pick the side missions, but got to spin it. Shop. Okay. All right, Art of Movement takes 3 experience points, bringing her down to 0. Bento has 4. Very nice. Plus 3 damage to your rolls. Or a damage target. Okay. Yep. Alright. I'm losing the next 4 cards, and none of them were the chest. So you would not have got Vento's chest. Yeah. Yeah, I was just seeing how far away it was. I haven't found it yet. Locked chest was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards from the bottom. So don't feel bad about not getting Vento's chest. Yep, and I got the bonus item added. So you have the 7 items to choose from tier 3. Are you sure? Look at what you have on Dahlia already. You have 2 melee weapons already on Dahlia. I know you totally can. They're her starter weapon and a tier 1 weapon. So you can totally upgrade Dahlia's weapon. But then I would highly recommend doing something with this. And I would also recommend attachments. Attachments are nice. Yeah, this is a better weapon than Dahlia currently has. It's got a cleave to, it has reach. If you attach the half to it, it now has pierce. A pierce reach with cleave 2 can do some serious damage. For Dahlia. Yep. Okay. So it's 600 credits if you're 1,000. Now she has 3 melee weapons. Would you like to do anything with her 3 melee weapons? I mean, you can give it to somebody else or sell it. You can sell both. There's no reason to keep them on Dahlia, in my opinion, because which one do you want to sell? I don't know which one is this one. Vibral Sword? Selling the Vibral Sword for half credits, 125 credits are added, bringing you back up to 600 credits. So yep, that would give that weapon that you just bought 2 attachments because you could put the extended haft on the vibe. I would recommend like having the extended half, and then you can have that other attachment on there if you want. And that gives you an extra pierce if you need it. So basically, you have pierce 2 on your vibro blade axe, your BD1 vibro blade axe, if you do it like this. Then you can also sell this plasteel staff for 25 gold if you wanted to, or 50 gold. I think it's actually 50 gold. I'm going to give you. So that goes back in there. No, we're in tier 2 right now. Yeah. So that'll bring you down 200 credits because you sold her other weapon for 50. So you still have 400 credits remaining. The hunter rifle is you have 400 credits, so these two are kind of out of range unless you sell something. You got the extra ammunition, which is a reroll. The combat coat, which you'll need to sell something to get that, but where do you want the reroll? It's for ranged weapons. Going on a bento? Okay. Yeah, we're in the tier 2 shop right now. All right, that costs you 300 credits. That leaves you with 100 credits remaining. All right, we're here. Okay, depositing in the shop cards.